Excited about our topic this evening. Thank you guys for joining us. We're going to go ahead and get this thing started.
Okay, well, today's topic, guys, again, welcome everybody to J&B Live. I'm Broker J3 with the beautiful Doc B.
Hi.
And today, our title today is Making Money in Tough Times. You know, how to stay strong no matter what. You know, especially with, we want to talk about what is Project 2025 and what and why does it matter so much, especially with this particular topic, making money in tough times. You guys may begin to understand that. So we're going to get ready to go ahead and get started. Appreciate you guys for joining in. Thank you so much.
Hey fam, how you doing, friends? Today we're talking about something big, and some of you may say, well, hey, Project 2025 does not affect me. Well, guess what? It may affect all of us by the time it's all over with. This is a plan that could change a lot of rules in our country. Some people say it will help, but other people say it won't help. And they're worried because it could make it harder for black and brown families.
Exactly. That's right, Doc B. And when the government changes rules, it can affect jobs, businesses, and even money that we bring home. We need to know what's happening so we can prepare, guys. Like, example, you know, Maria owns a small bookstore in her community, okay? Now, right now, she gets help from the government to keep her business going. But if Project 2025 changes those programs, she might lose that help and begin to struggle just to keep her store open.
Yeah, and that could happen to a lot of us because just think about it. He's talking about making some changes to grants. So therefore, a lot of us can be affected if we rely on grants. A lot of business owners, especially in our black and brown communities, they could face some problems. We have to be prepared and we have to be ready for these changes in case they happen. Thank you, Anthony. Thank you, Justin, Fam, Marty. Thank you, Vic. Oh, guys, thank you guys for joining us. Wow, baby, thank you for joining us.
All right, guys, you know, let's talk. You know what I'm saying? Let's seriously talk today. Have you ever had to find new ways to make money when things got hard? You know, tell us about it in the comments right now. If you guys ever had to make money when times got hard, you know, let us know about it. Doc B, let's look in the comments and see if anybody, wanted to comment on that. If you guys have ever had to find new ways to make money when times got hard, let us know.
Yeah, and Mac T, thank you for joining us. While you guys are thinking about this, I'm going to go ahead and just put this out there. You know, your ancestors had to make ends meet. You know, I know when I was coming up, you know, we didn't have everything that everybody else had. We was not considered a family that was rich or even in the middle class. So therefore, you know, our grandmothers, maybe our mothers, they found a way to make ends meet because they knew that they had to provide for us. So thank you guys. Thank you guys for joining us. Don't forget to chime in. Randall Harris, John Tay Taylor. Thank you guys. Quita, thank you for joining us. Thank you. So if you have found yourself in a situation where you've had to make ends meet, just like in college, you know, when I was in college, I didn't have a lot of money, but I had to make ends meet. So I ate a lot of ramen noodles. I'm going to tell y'all, when you don't have money.
Didn't we all?
Anybody eat a lot of ramen noodles. So much to the point now where I don't eat them at all because I've eaten so many of them. But when times get hard, that's what black people do. We find a way to make ends meet.
Exactly.
Yes. And now before we go deeper, I want you to hit the like button and subscribe. We need to stick together and help each other out. And we're going to bring you these podcasts live so that we can keep you informed.
Exactly, guys. And remember, you guys, we're on all the social media sites, so you can look for us for Live at J&B and also J&B Live Podcast, you know. So as Doc B said, hit that like button, you know. Send a gift. We appreciate everything that you guys do, and make sure you guys go to our YouTube page, which is in the link to any of the bios for any social media that you guys are watching us on right now. and make sure you subscribe to our YouTube page. We need to stick together and help each other out.
Yes, we do. Yes, we do. Yes, we do. Now, it says to understand why this is such a big deal. Let's go back in time. And then what we're going to do is why making money has always been harder for Black and brown families. Why do you think, Broker J?
I can tell you why. Because a long time ago, Black and brown people were not able to buy homes in certain neighborhoods. Mm-hmm. The banks didn't want to give us loans. Mm-hmm. So it was harder for Black and brown back in the days to be able to build wealth or leave anything for their kids or grandkids.
Mm-hmm. And if your grandparents couldn't buy homes or start businesses, that means today their kids and grandkids might be struggling with money because guess what? It's generational. So now it affected your grandparents, so now it's affecting you. So that's what happens. Unfortunately, that's what happens sometimes. So we're going to give you this another story. Jamal's grandfather tried to buy a house in the 1960s, but the banks wouldn't give him a loan just because of where he lived. Sometimes if you live in a project, if you live in a low-income area, the banks won't give you any money. They won't give you a loan. That meant that his family could not build wealth like other families. Today, Jamal is working hard to break that cycle.
Exactly. And actually, guys, a lot of us have to do that today because even in my generation, in my mid-50s, a lot of us were the first ones to actually go to college in our families. Unlike some of the the other races, their grandparents, great grandparents, all of them went to college. And even in my family, I was the first. So, you guys have to think about that. And especially with generational wealth, if it was not available for you guys through your grandparents or your parents, now would be the great time to be able to start that move to be able to set the pace for your kids and your grandkids.
Yes, I know when I was coming up, I was just determined to break that generational curse because I was the first one in my family as well to go to college. And so when my children became adults, I didn't force the issue of going to college on them, but I wanted to set the standard to where they would either work or they would go to college. But the key to that is you don't want them to carry on that tradition where they are not educating themselves, not just because, you can go to college and decide college is not for you, but you still have to get out there and become employed and find a job. Just like some people are good with their hands. They don't necessarily have to be, they can pick up a trade. So they don't necessarily have to go to college, but you still want to break that generational curse. And you can be just as rich and get a decent job if you don't go to college.
And look, guys, I want to say this to you guys. No, it's not fair. Mm-hmm. We all know it's not fair, but you know what? It's real. Mm-hmm. This is happening right now as we speak. That's why we have to learn how to make smart money moves right now. Mm-hmm. Not yesterday, not next week, right now.
Yeah. And so we're going to recognize our viewers again. We have Perio Clips. We have Child Support Join. We also have Rhonda Scott, Ronaldo. J7. Thank you guys for joining us. Much love to you. Thank you, friends, for joining us today. We do appreciate it. We really do.
Exactly. Now, guys, let's talk for a moment. We always say that our podcast is interactive. So let's talk. Has your family ever had trouble buying a home or starting a business? Tell us your story. We'd love to hear about it.
Yes. And that's something we're going to fast forward. If you've applied for a loan recently and been turned down for anything, just shoot us a comment in the comment section as well and let us know.
And also a quick reminder, guys, if this conversation is helping you out, giving you some insights, support our show. Your likes, your shares, and your donations always help to keep talks like this going.
Thank you, guys. So what Project 2025 could do to our money, not just your money, our money, the money black and brown in the black and brown communities. Now let's talk about Project 25, how it might make things harder for people trying to make money.
Exactly. You guys, this plan could take away from programs that help people start businesses, get better jobs, or even find affordable homes. As being a broker myself, I know the disparities in the black and brown communities in regards to finding a home. A lot of times, they come with credit issues or they just don't have the finances. You know what it feels like to work a 9 to 5 and you've been on your job 5, 6, 10 years and you can't even afford to buy a home, which is supposed to be the American dream. If that happens, it might be harder, especially for black and brown families, to grow their wealth. Yeah. Now, I want to give you guys an example of what I'm talking about. In one city, kids get free job training through a government program. This helps them to find good jobs, But if Project 2025 cuts the funding for these programs, we're all watching TV.
Yes, we see it.
Even though I don't even want to say it, but even though he has said he don't know anything about Project 25, never heard of it, he is implementing Project 2025 as we speak. Now, it's going to get harder for black and brown families. I'm trying to tell you guys. And these kids, their future might not get the same chances as some of us.
And that's what worries me so much. It's not that it's affecting me at my age, but I think about my children and my grandchildren, because if he, just like Broker J3 just said, if he does some cuts, especially the way they're talking about cutting in the Department of Education, our children might not get the same chances that we had. So if we do not pay attention to what's going on, we could lose programs that really help our families.
And that is so true, guys. I mean, we have to wake up.
Yeah.
I mean, we really have to wake up right now.
Okay, so let's continue this talk. Have you or someone you know ever gotten help from a program like this? How did it make a difference in your life? I can speak personally. I was a product of a program called the Upward Bound program, where they reached out to high school students and gave them an opportunity to start taking college classes. But this was a grant-funded program. So what Project 2025 is talking about, cutting that. In the end, guess who will be able to get a college education or be able to take advantage of education? It will be just the rich people, just like the third world countries. In third world countries, everybody does not have an opportunity to get an education.
No, they don't. And quick reminder, guys, again, make sure you subscribe and stay updated on how these changes could affect you. We try our best to bring you these current events to let you guys know what's going on. We know a lot of you guys enjoy some of our other topics, which we enjoy as well. But sometimes we have to talk about these topics because these topics are affecting lives as we speak.
Yes.
We see it on TV right now, what's going on. We see how a lot of families are being affected. We see protests all over the United States because of the implementation of Project 2025 and what it's doing right now, guys.
Yes, we do. So we want to recognize our viewers before we go any further. We have Professor Steinhead. Thank you for joining us. Thank you for the gifters as well. We do appreciate it. Euphoria. Thank you guys for joining us. Patricia Cheney, thank you. Much love to you, friends.
Peace and love.
Peace and love.
We appreciate it. Thank you.
Thank you. So now, how to make money no matter what, Broker J3?
That's a real question, because right now a lot of people don't know how to make money, especially during these tough times. But even if the rules change, we can still find ways to win. We just have to be smart about how we go about it. Doc B, what you think?
So what I'm doing, and you may have a matriarch in your family, a patriarch in your family. Share this with your children. In this particular environment that we're in now, where we're going through this phase with Project 2025, I recommend everyone have a full-time job and a side hustle.
Exactly.
Because if something happens with that full-time job or funding or whatnot, you still have something to fall back on. I think that's very important right now. Now, the best way to stay strong is to have more than one way to make money. In other words, more than one source of income.
And what ways is that?
Okay, so the ways I would say, start a small business. You can start your own business. You can sell clothes, you can sell food, or you can sell art. And what I did was with one of my middle son, as a matter of fact, I recommended that he start his own business. And so what he does is he sells shoes. And then I have another son that has a side hustle. He's an EMT. And then my youngest son, he has a side hustle as well. And he does landscaping and just different service work. He hauls cars and he also works on vehicles. So don't put all your eggs in one basket and rely on that one job. Have a side hustle in case things don't go the way they should, and you'll be prepared. Another thing you can do is rent out a room or a car that you don't use. That's another way to generate some income.
Exactly, because they actually have apps these days. For some of you guys, you may have a car that you don't drive as much. You can actually rent that car out and make money off that car.
Yes.
That use, or if you have an extra room or basement that you don't use, you can rent that out as well and make extra money. As Doc B said, there are so many different ways that you can make extra money, and some of you guys already have the means to do so right now.
Yes,
you know, and for some of you guys out there that may be a little bit more financially stable, you guys can invest in the stock market, you know, and there's so many different ways to do that. You know, they even have new apps nowadays, and even some of your banks have programs where you guys can invest a little of nothing to start getting into those investments.
Yeah,
you know, even some of the apps that you guys use, Vimo, Cash App, a lot of those also have investment tabs on there where you guys can start investing with your money. And of course, you know, me being a broker, you know, you can always invest into real estate.
Yes.
And if you guys ever think about that, you know, definitely hit the DM, reach out to your boy Broker J3. I got you guys in Florida, Georgia, Alabama, and South Carolina. And also, what you can also do is you can learn a skill that can help you make money online. You know, a lot of you guys on TikTok, you know, they have the TikTok shop where you can sell products on TikTok. You know, they have you can start an Amazon store. There's a lot of things that you guys can do. It may take a little getting the learning curve to understand what it is, or doing a little research to find out how you can make this happen. But you just have to want to be able to do it. And just go forward, because like Doc B said, in today's time, you know, really you need a full-time job and you need a side hustle, because whether you believe it or not, you know, we're in about 45, 46 days of the new presidency, and we're already seeing some changes that's gonna affect you guys. It may not happen right now, but I promise you, down the pipeline, you guys got to be prepared.
Yes, you do. Okay, I'm gonna give you another example. Aisha was a teacher, but she started cooking and selling food on the weekend. And this is like a real life story, because I know someone that used to do the baking. She didn't do food, but she did same thing, but she did baking. But when her school cut her hours, she didn't worry. Her food business helped her pay the bills. That is the key to it. If something fails and doesn't work out in one area, that full-time job that you might have, you can rely on your part-time job or your side hustle. And who knows, that side hustle can later become a full-time job. But the key to that is you are prepared in case something happens.
Exactly. And that's real, because Aisha didn't wait for somebody else to save her. She made her own path, you know, and sometimes that's what you have to do, because again, right now, there's a lot of people that's hurting. You know, it's not as easy as it was before to be able to call that family member and say, hey, I'm hurting right now. Can you help out with a few dollars? Because 9 times out of 10, they're hurting as well.
Yes.
They need a little help. The only difference is a lot of them have that pride inside of them. So they're not letting you guys know that they need some help as well. So let's talk. What's one thing that can make extra money? Share your ideas with us. If you guys got ideas that you like to share with us, where that people can make extra money, hey, put it in the comments right now. Let us know so we can let our subscribers and followers know extra ways that they can also make money during these tough times.
Right. Boo B, thank you for joining us. Cupcake, thank you for joining us. Lady D23, thank you guys for joining us. I wanted to go ahead and get that in where I could see it on the screen. Gay Wizard, thank you for joining us. We appreciate your support, friends. Thank you for joining us.
Again, guys, make sure you hit that like button, that subscribe, and share the video with someone who needs to hear this, because, hey, it doesn't matter whether it's this episode or any of our previous episodes. Go to YouTube and share out this content, because there's someone out there that needs to hear about it or may can benefit from our podcast.
Yes. Thank you guys for joining us. We really do appreciate your support. I can't say that enough. I want to go back and emphasize Perio Clips, Enrique Ramez, and Euphoria. Thank you guys for joining us again. We appreciate your support.
All right, guys. Yeah, right now we're gonna do a final wrap up and what you can do right now. It's like a call to action, guys. We want you guys to be able to pay attention to what we're saying. Right now is a tough time for everybody, and we all need to learn how to make money during these tough times, especially while Project 2025 is being implemented.
Yes. So, family, we can't, family, big changes are coming. So, but no matter what, we can prepare and we can stay strong.
Exactly. But what we can't wait for is others to fix things for us.
Yes.
You ever heard that term, mother may have, father may have, but bless the child that has his own? Let me tell you like this, and even for myself, and I'm going to put that out there to let you guys know, I don't mind helping anybody. I've done it so many times in my life, but one thing I won't do is help somebody that's not helping themselves. So, a lot of times you have to help yourself first. First, help yourself first before anybody else can help you. You understand? We have to take control of our money and our future.
Yes, that is correct. So what's one thing, guys, after this podcast, the topic, we've had an exciting topic. So what's one thing you're going to do differently after today's talk? Drop us a comment in the comment section and tell us what you're going to do different after this podcast today. What have you learned after this topic?
Somebody said your face looks like Wanda Sykes.
Oh God.
She's a comedian.
Okay. Oh,
yeah,
okay.
we actually know who Wanda Sykes is.
Yeah.
Actually we really do. So I'm assuming that's a compliment.
I hope it is.
We hope that's a compliment. Wanda Sykes, she's a very funny comedian.
Yes, she is.
So appreciate that. I think she's on a show with Kim Fields.
Yes,
Kim Fields
she's the mother.
Mike
yes.
Yeah, the Upshaws. That's right.
Oh, that's what. Okay.
She's on a show with the Upshaws, which is actually on Netflix. So shout out to them. Thank you. Appreciate the love. Thank you so much. And also a quick reminder again, guys. This is very important. Don't forget to subscribe, share, and support. We're all in this together. We love everything that you guys have been doing. We thank you for the support that you guys have been giving to J&B Live Podcast.
Yes, thank you.
It's an amazing ride. We thank you guys. None of this wouldn't be possible without you. So we thank you so much.
Okay, so guys, thank you again for joining us for another episode of J&B Live. We appreciate your support.
And also remember, guys, we're out there on all social medias. There's so many out there to name: Facebook, TikTok, Bigo, YouTube, Instagram. We're out there on all of those lemon, fan base.
Yes.
We're on all of them. So make sure wherever you get your social media at. Make sure you look for J&B Live Podcast or Live with J&B. And we know that there's a lot of you guys out there that don't always have the time to be able to watch YouTube or scroll through. You guys love to listen to your podcast. We got you guys. We got you. We already know what time it is. So you guys can go to wherever you get your podcast, whether it be Spotify, iHeart, Apple Podcasts, Amazon Music, YouTube Music, Deezer. We got you guys. So you just look for J&B Live Podcast and we will show up. You guys go ahead and download your favorite episodes. Make sure you follow us on those platforms so that you can get every single episode that we put out and enjoy yourselves.
Okay, so Dasher, Miss Virgo 50, love you. TT Love, thank you guys for joining us. Cordelia Ramsey, thank you guys, and much love to you, and we do appreciate your support.
And again, guys, I'm Broker J3.
I'm Dr. B. And
let's talk about it.
Thank you guys.
Thank you guys. Appreciate the love.